Hey everyone, welcome to another Mailbox Power Customer Success Spotlight. My name is Wendy McGee and I am the Director of Client Relations here at Mailbox Power. And I'm so excited that you are checking us out. We are a phenomenal direct mail platform. We are a leader in innovative sending and business gifting and business to business gifting and all this great stuff. But let me get to why you're watching today. And I'm so excited to introduce you to a fellow entrepreneur, a marketing alchemist, which I love that term, a very, very cool and interesting human that I get to interview today. And he goes by Magic Brad, and he's going to tell you more about that in a second. But Brad, thank you so much for joining me today for this little interview and for sharing a little bit about you. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I'm so excited to meet you.
Well, it's good to be here. I like doing these things. It's kind of almost like being at a face-to-face with having coffee, but not quite.
Yes.
I use the same platform for doing my interviews, and I tell people I have a little digital green room that they can go in and have cocktails and appetizers, little digital locale.
Wait over there, have your drink, and I'll bring you on set when we're ready. It's exactly like, yes, so, I love it.
I've got a video that I actually have on YouTube. It's called 55 Years in 5 Minutes. I'm 65 now, but the way the story goes, if you got 5 minutes.
We do.
Certainly. When I was a little kid, a friend of my brother's made a quarter disappear, and he pulled it out of my ear, and it got me interested in magic. And I did that as a hobby. It just fascinated me by something that seemed so real, but then again, it wasn't. How did that quarter disappear? I can't do that. How did that work? And it just kind of intrigued me. So I did that through grade school, into high school, and I was doing events and things when I was a little kid, like muscular dystrophy fundraisers, carnivals and stuff, where I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit. I was the kind of kid that bought candy at wholesale and then resold it to my classmates.
I know that kid. I remember that kid when I was even just in probably elementary school too. So awesome. I love it.
So for the carnivals and stuff, I would turn my riding lawnmower into a train. I'd tie a bunch of wagons behind it and charge the kids a quarter to come and ride the train. And then I would do magic shows in my garage, and I would charge a quarter to watch the show. And I sold cookies and Kool-Aid concessions. I didn't have any merch back then, but I could have. So I've always been kind of entrepreneurial. But when I graduated high school in 1975, I'm 65 now. I graduated high school in 1975, and people said, you should get a job. And I thought, I'm already making money doing hospitals and churches, but okay, I'll get a job. So I got a job with the Anoka County Parks and Recreation Department, mowing the lawns, emptying the garbage, taking care of the parks and all that stuff. And I worked for about 4 years, and I got laid off. And I thought, where's my gold watch? I thought I had a job.
I thought I would have retirement with these people. Yes, gotcha.
I just went into being a magician, and I targeted corporate because that's where the money is. There's a lot of corporate here in Minneapolis. We got General Mills, Pillsbury, Medtronic, Target Corporation.
Yes.
A lot of that here. And I ended up targeting corporate. So I found where are these event planners that would hire a magician for their company picnic, their sales meeting and all that. And I built this database up, and I found that the most affordable way to connect with these people, because I didn't want to chase them on the phone and all that stuff, I would mail them postcards. I would mail them postcards, not folded literature, but just a simple postcard that would say, it's company picnic time, add some magic. Or, add some magic to your holiday event. And I would just mail postcards to them. But this was bulk mail where I had to go and I had to sort it all and all that and put it in bundles and put those stickers on there.
And you were doing this in your early 20s. So in like the late 70s, early 80s, you said, right?
70s, 80s, and 90s when I was like full-time. I started a trade show for the event planning industry. It's this right here.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Event Planners and Suppliers Expo.
That's actually happening Wednesday, 2 days from now.
Oh, cool.
So that was my lead generator. That brought me in my planners. Yes. And then what I would do, and I don't perform so much anymore, but back then I would just mail them postcards because my fee back then was like $250, $350, $350. And I figured I can mail a lot of postcards to this person And
Yes.
just wait until they say, "Are you available for a company picnic or a sales meeting or a client appreciation or a customer or a employee recognition?" And I'd eventually get the gig just
You
by
just,
sending
yes,
them cards.
because you just continue to send them a postcard, continue, and you knew your market so well. And you, like you said, you were in an area where all of these companies are doing events. They're wanting to have something fun and have some entertainment. Perfect. Okay, continue, continue.
That's the marketing end of it that I just kind of understood that there's got to be a perfect alignment between the product and the prospect. So I just knew that. I never
Yes.
went to business school or anything like that. I kind of just makes sense to me. And so then skip forward, the internet came along and made things weird, and my business kind of collapsed on me. And plus, I had a guy that wasn't that very ethical, and he kind of took some money out of the account and all that stuff.
Oh no.
So it all kind of collapsed on me, and I quit doing it for a while, and I just didn't want to work anymore. I just started learning about digital marketing because the internet was this fascinating thing.
Yes.
And I started doing that. And then a friend of mine says, "Hey, Brad, you want to do trade shows together?" And I thought, "Oh, I don't want to work." So we started doing shows, and it got stressful, and I had a mild stroke. It's called a transient ischemic attack.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
A
Okay.
short 3-minute episode of not being able to talk very good, and my hand was kind of weird. And I
Yes.
thought, I'm not going to die in this office. So I resigned from that company, let my friend take it over. I sold my interest in it, and I just did digital marketing, and kind of like affiliate marketing, kind of like what Mailbox Power has with their affiliate program.
Okay. Okay.
That's how I was making money, by promoting that kind of thing. And I was still involved with events, using live in-person events to market products, services, and causes.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
how I met our friend Bo Young.
Yay for Bo Young.
I
Introducing you to Mailbox Power. Yes.
He was exhibiting. He was a vendor at an event that I went to.
Okay. Okay.
There's the proof right there that works. Live in-person events.
You know what? I'll tell you one thing. Having been an entrepreneur for over 20 years, having done zillions of trade shows, I feel like person to person marketing, direct mail marketing, trade shows, they always work. They always work. That, like you've just said it, the more you sent, the more you understood your audience and what to send them. Like I had someone I interviewed the other day who said, it's not the time that you spend on it, it's the amount of mailings. So if you just continue to do that and stick with those things, they always produce like customers and new leads. But yes, I love trade shows. So I'm so glad you met Bo Young there. He introduced you to Mailbox Power. Okay.
The in-person stuff sort of quantum leaps all that
Yes.
autoresponder, digital stuff.
Absolutely.
But
Yep.
I'll share a little bit that I do these postcards. So for like the real estate world, and then the good old QR code.
Yes.
So the QR code goes to a video of me talking. So there, it's almost in person.
Yep.
But if they are on my list, they saw me at an event or something, and then they get this card and go, "What the heck's this Brad guy doing?" I got my picture on there. And they scan it, the QR code, they see a video of me. And this only costs like 47 cents to mail out.
It's literally the perfect way, like you said, to get in front of someone, because they're walking back from their mailbox, they're looking through all their bills, and they come across your card and they're like, "Oh, who, just exactly what you just said. Who is this guy?" I pull out my phone, I scan that QR code, and then you get to talk to me for the rest of the walk back into the house. And you've got my full undivided attention from, like you said, a little 48-cent card that came in the mail.
Well, that's kind of my story that got me in the event world, because I think that live events are a great way to meet, connect, and do business together.
Yes.
And then the Mailbox Power thing. See, like I said, I used to do artwork, bring it to the printer, get it printed, have them bring it, and then I got to pick all the cards. I got to put labels on all of them, put stamps on all of them. Then I got to take them to the post office. Now with Mailbox Power, it's so easy to do these postcards. And then there's the other stuff too. Like Bo sent me this mug for my show, my Synergy Cafe show.
Awesome.
It says best marketing legend ever.
I love it. I love it. And everyone needs a mug. Everyone needs a mug. Like, and you're going to use that every day. And you think about Bo every day. And I know we're on to something here. We are on to something. And you were onto it in the 70s doing all
But
of
I
this.
didn't. But I didn't have all this other stuff, and like this little business card holder and this little cell phone thingy. I didn't have all that. I just had the postcards.
You just had the postcards.
Yeah.
Now, so tell me a little bit about that then. How do you use the strategic gifting, or our, gifting platform, we call it, or just, sending gifts and nurturing people, building those relationships? How do you mainly use that? Do you do that for prospecting, or do you mainly do that for people that have already, your current customers that have already done an event with you? How do you do that? What do you use it for?
Both. It doesn't matter.
Everything.
All a prospect is a customer that it's not as warm yet.
Yep.
That's all it really is.
Absolutely.
And
Yes.
again, the cost of a card is so inexpensive. I mean, I wouldn't mail out coffee mugs to everybody I don't know.
Yes, for sure.
But once they get into the vibe of it, like I got a magician friend. Every Monday we do a little video thing on doing magic for the senior centers. I sent him a mug with his little logo thing on it, and he got it, and he's happy as heck. And then I've got another friend of mine that I would interview with her, and her phone kept sliding down. So all of a sudden, no, I'm out of the picture. So I bought her one. I got her one of these.
Yes.
This is a little dealy locker that holds a little phone. So I sent that to her, and she can fit it in her purse and stuff. And so that's how I use it. I don't bulk mail a bunch of stuff out. I try and be a little strategic about it. And I love the feature in it where you can just you can mail them a card, and then the QR code might put them in a different category. They scan it, and they can add their own mailing address, and it puts them right into a category or list. And then you can start auto sending them. I used to have 12 different cards that were motivational postcards on, empowerment and peace and love and strength and freedom. And I would send them out on an auto generated. If they're an event planner, they scan me in, and once a month they get a little message from me. So if I can stay top of mind with these people, eventually they're going to either say they're going to call me up and tell me to take them off the list because I get too much mail, or they're going to hire me.
Oh, I love it. And you're so smart. I haven't heard anyone talk about how they're putting their QR code on there where it adds them to a different contact list or a different automation if they actually scan that and go to that link, which that is so smart. Because then now you know that you've actually, like you said, got their attention. They were interested enough to click on your, QR code, scan your QR code, and now they're in a little bit different. You can love on them a little bit differently with your marketing than maybe you would somebody who, never actually scanned the code. So that's so smart too. That's a great suggestion.
It ends up being fun too. Like I did this bizarre one for real estate. It looks bizarre. I love it. And then I did this one. This is a little puzzle where you cut this puzzle into 3 sections.
Okay.
And you try and put one of the riders on top of the horse, and then the solution you call my phone number.
Oh, I love it.
So if they get this thing, go, okay, Brad, how the hell do you do this damn puzzle?
Yeah, I got to call Brad. I got to find out.
Yeah. And then if I solve the solution.
Your cards are such a great reflection of your personality. I mean, I've only been talking to you for just a few minutes, but finding out that your story when you were just a kid, you were having fun with marketing. You were having fun with being an entrepreneur. You were using your already talents and skills, and your brain was going, how can I make this a business? What can I do? And building those fun relationships, having you stand out. I will tell you, as I've been interviewing different people from our client list and Mailbox Power, you stood out to me already just because of what a fun business you have. Like you sent me more information really than anyone so far has about your story. And I just love, you're just a fun guy, Brad. Like who wouldn't want to have you come and do a magic show or entertain or even just be a part of your, network? I love it. I love what you're doing. This is all
getting into the physical world again. I say that a postcard lasts considerably longer than a click on the internet.
Amen. Yes.
A click is just like it comes and it goes. This sticks around. First off, when you put it in the post office box, the mailman might see it when he picks it up.
Yes.
Then he's going to bring it to the post office and they're going to dump that bag out. Somebody on the line might see it go zipping by. They might see my message. And then it's going to go on the receptionist's desk, and she's going to have to take it and deliver it to whoever it's addressed to. She's going to see it. Then he's going to see it, and he's going to put it on his desk and maybe prop it up. And then any guests that he has come into his office is going to see it. And then if he doesn't like it, he's going to throw it in the garbage, and the garbage man's going to see it.
It's doing a lot of work. That little 48-cent postcard is working hard for you all the way along. That's something else we haven't heard before. That's so good. So Brad, tell me, all of these, you're giving so many great tips and so much great information to everyone that's listening. Tell me, is there I know you've done this for a really long time, but is there one particular success story from sending direct mail or direct gifting that you're like, oh my gosh, this happened and it was so cool, that just sticks out to you?
Again, we talked about the alignment.
Yes.
The thing is with a card is I don't have to take the time to fold it and stuff it and all that kind of stuff. You guys do all that stuff for you. I could sell coffee mugs.
That stuff for you. Yes, we do.
But I'm really stuck on the postcards because they're so affordable, and once you get to know someone, then you can send them a physical gift, and that'll stick in the memory is there, the reciprocal marketing where they feel obligated to reciprocate in some way, so they'll hire you.
Yes.
One of the biggest successes that I had with direct mail was I did a mailing to 10 people. It was 10 corporations, Medtronic, General Mills, Pillsbury, all the local clubs. And I invited them to a comedy club that I was involved with. And then there was a adjacent bar restaurant. So I just mailed out 10 cards. 8 people showed up. So I had an 80% response from a direct mail piece.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So a lot of people ask us that, how many should I send? Or, if I buy a list, should I send to, 100 people, to 1,000 people? How many should I send? And that really is, determined by your type of business, your own marketing. If you understand like what you just said about the alignment, you know your audience very well. You know who is going to be most receptive probably to anything that you're sending. But how awesome to send 10 cards and have 8 people respond. Well, and I've heard some unbelievable stories about that, the power of the postcard being, doing that for other business owners in such a high success rate.
Well, it's a matter of, like I said, alignment. And I have a little saying. I say, you can't sell hamburgers and hot dogs to vegans and vegetarians. I don't care if you send 100,000 cards unless you convert them to be a carnivore.
They're never going to buy from you. They're never going to buy from you.
No. So you got to have an alignment. I mean, I get that as a marketing alchemist talking with people, and they might sell like a skin cream or something. They say, I ask them, who's your ideal client? And they say, well, everybody, because everybody's got skin. Yeah, well, you don't have the money to mail everybody.
No. My husband has skin cream on at night. I put like 10 on. So there's a difference. Right? Yeah. So tell me a little more about, I love the term marketing alchemist. Define that for our audience. What does that mean?
Alchemy essentially is turning common into precious. So it's a matter of shifting the mindset. Like something as simple as a postcard, this is just a piece of paper.
Yep.
But if it's got this little puzzle on here and there's a QR code on that goes to the solution for the puzzle, it could be amazing. I'll give you a quick story. I was doing some work for Control Data Corporation, if you remember them. Do you remember Control Data?
I don't remember Control Data, but that's okay.
It was a Minneapolis corporation, big corporation.
Okay.
They had a printed circuit board. It goes in this way, but it could also go in this way. If it went in this way, it worked fine. If it went in this way, it burnt up the computer.
Okay.
So what I did was suggest that they made one of the screws that hold the connector on a little bit longer, because then it would bump against the guide. It couldn't go in.
Okay.
You had to turn it around to insert it. So that simple change of changing a 003 to a 004 with a longer screw, it turned common into precious.
Yes.
It's a very simple thing. So people don't realize that, oh, I'm sending out these cards and no one's responding. How do you know? How do you know that the garbage man didn't dig this thing out and go, I brought this home to my kid. He was really doing bad in school, but he loved this little puzzle and now he's graduating with A's.
Yes.
How do you know?
How do you know?
So that's marketing alchemist.
I love that you love to find ways to get someone's attention, to give value. You probably have so much fun designing your own postcards and designing your own marketing. I think that a lot of business owners are afraid to do that. They want to pass that off to their marketing person and, just have them do it. But no one cares more about your business than you do. No one knows your business better than you do. And I love that you have had such great success because your personality is coming through. The fact that you're a magician. You're about having fun. You're about entertaining people. You want people to have an enjoyable experience when they come in and watch you entertain, but you also are putting that into your direct mail postcard. Like you just said, it's just a piece of paper, but it's doing a heck of a lot more because you have figured out that secret strategy for your business.
Well, some people, when they're doing this stuff, they get stuck on the design and they put too much thinking into it. I'll give
Yes.
you another example. During the holidays, I live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It snows up here. Okay?
Yeah.
It was just this last Christmas. I didn't know what to send to my people as far as a greeting card because everybody's going to do, happy holidays. And you got to be careful. Is it Hanukkah? Is it Christmas?
Yes.
So
right.
all I sent was a blank postcard. It had a little red dot on it. And the caption said, Rudolph in a snowstorm.
Oh, cute. I love it.
That's all it said. And then it just had on the back, it just said Merry Happy Holidays. So it was just keeping me top of mind. And it was just something silly and really easy to design, a little red dot.
Yes. And you stand out. I know that some people are like, oh my gosh, it's got to be like my brand and it has to be so, this and that. But I literally, I mean, I talk to people every single day right now as we're doing this, spotlight. And the more, that is what I hear the most is, you know what? I went with my gut. I took my personality. I took what I know about my ideal client. And I just created something fun that I thought, you know what? They're going to see that and they're going to pull that out and go, oh, that, what? Why is there just a red dot on this card? What is this about?
Well, I could see you could do just a blank card. And then on the back, say, you might have noticed that this postcard is blank. I couldn't think of anything to write. I'm just letting you know that I care.
Love it.
All you got to do is put a little heart on the back.
Yes. So cute. See, I love that. I actually might use that in my own business. I'm gonna be inspired by Magic Brad and his.
Go ahead.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask you one more question. So anyone that's watching this, they may already know about Mailbox Power, they might not. Can you just give kind of a little bit of, as a business owner and having had so much success with direct mail and with gifting in your business, what would be your piece of advice for someone who's thinking, you know what, I need to add direct mail. That's a blind spot in my business. I don't have that. I don't do anything with that. What would be your advice to them?
Why not do it? I mean, why? I don't know if I have any advice other than you just got to do it.
You just got to do it.
Yeah, that'll be the advice. But think about it. First off, a postcard lasts a lot longer than a click. It's a lot cheaper. I actually trust the United States Postal Service more so than I trust some of these other platforms to actually deliver what I'm sending.
Yes, for
You
sure.
can send an email and there's all sorts of firewalls and filters that you never get the email, or it might bounce over to some other third world country and then back to
yeah.
These things get delivered. It's amazing that I could send a postcard to Hawaii for 48 cents.
Whatever. And then it's gonna go into the hands of the person that you sent it. I love the analogy of, because I have to walk to my mailbox. So my little mailbox is just down a little bit off of right on our property, but I have to walk a little bit. I gather my mail up and then I start to look through it. And of course, bill, I don't care. I don't want to look at that. And if something pops up, if it's a card, I always will open it. If it's a package, I always will open it. If it's a bright postcard with maybe something, unique on it, I'm going to take time to look at it. I'm going to scan that QR code, right? Curiosity killed the cat. I can't resist. As I'm walking back, you have my full attention. I am looking at what you sent me, and I promise you, I have a zillion unopened emails. I have text that I never look at. I don't dare click on a link that comes through my text, often not through my email. So I'm not going to look at it. Social media is so overwhelming. So use direct mail, like you've talked about, for getting that person's attention, for supporting these other ways that you market. But don't leave it out. Don't underestimate that 48 cents little postcard, like you just said, Brad, that can for sure get in the hands of my person in Hawaii that I want it to go to, or Minnesota, or California, or wherever you're sending. So
that's my final advice: is why not try it? You can always cancel.
yep.
You know? Just throw a couple $100 at an idea and give it a shot. And because when this postcard comes through, they have to at least look at it to throw it away.
Yep.
To see if it's
They
garbage.
have to at least hold it to throw it away.
It might be their mortgage or something.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, Brad, thank you so much for letting me interview you today. I appreciate it so much. And tell us where they can find you out there in the land of digital.
Just Google the keyword Magic Brad and you'll find the good, bad, and the ugly.
I love it. I love it. That's awesome. So thank you guys for joining Magic Brad and I today for this interview. And if you are interested in learning more about Mailbox Power, you can find us at mailboxpower.com. As I mentioned, and as Brad has mentioned, we are a direct mail platform. We are all about the free postcards on the pro and executive membership. And on the executive membership, you can send our 8.5 by 5.5 postcards that are bigger. So not just your 4 by 6. And you just pay the postage. So again, thank you, Brad, so much for being on with me today, for sharing your story, for giving tons of great tips and advice for business owners, no matter what your business is. I'm inspired by what an awesome entrepreneur you are, and you're a great example of someone who's innovating and looking at great ways of marketing, but taking like direct mail and just, really making it work for your business. So you're awesome. Okay. Hey, thank you. Thanks, you guys. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks, Brad.